Hi, this is Chuck Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, the crucial retirement truth that many miss. In fact, the biggest misconception around the truth of retirement, in fact, I'm going to talk to you about all of these things this coming Tuesday at retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. Now, I want to talk to you about the book, The New Holistic Retirement. Now, I did the foreword in this book, and I'm really going to encourage those of you that register and attend for my educational webinar on how to protect your wealth from Washington, right? This crucial retirement truth that many miss has a lot of facets, right? One area is in just having a comprehensive plan, a holistic plan, whatever you'd like to call it. And that's why I want to get this book into your hands, because this book, you can read it in one setting. We had a client that just gave some feedback on it at the end of this week. He said, I got a lot out of that because there's not only tax risk, but there's also legislative risk. And see, that's the crucial truth that many people miss, right, is having a plan, but one that also incorporates taxes. See, I've been talking a lot about how to turn tariffs into tax savings. And folks, I don't want you to miss this, because the people that took advantage of this caught the total rebound of kind of that Trump slump back into this Trump bump. And now they've moved money that's going to be deferring more and more taxes into now building tax-free growth over and over and over. See, this is what will translate that I'll teach you this Tuesday at retirementprotected.com. And again, it's a complimentary Log On and Learn educational webinar where those that register and attend, I want to get you this book, because the legislative risk is scarier than just the higher tax risk. See, we had the one big, beautiful bill that failed last week, only passed by one vote this week, as I understand it, to get through the House. A lot of things have changed. There's a lot of great things in there, so I'm not poo-pooing the bill. I'm all for the bill. And now they pushed it on over to the Senate, and already Senate Republicans are saying, hey, if we don't cut spending, we're not going to approve this thing. Why? Well, Moody's just downgraded our credit rating because of our debt. And this includes almost $4 trillion of added debt. $3.72 trillion is what I last heard. Well, folks, where do you think they're going to collect that debt? Through higher taxes. And if you don't have a plan, right? If you have a portfolio, and I always like to ask this question, right? Do you have a portfolio, if we're honest, or do you actually have a plan? Having a plan will help you coordinate and plan Social Security, how to maximize your Social Security benefits, Medicare, how to avoid, not just give you a Medicare blueprint, right? The proper way to address Medicare, because a lot of people don't get much direction from their financial planners around saving taxes, how to maximize and optimize their Social Security, how to make sure that they properly register and don't have penalties, and make sure that they maximize their Medicare. Folks, all these things, when you transition from this accumulation phase to this distribution phase, it's an eye-opener. It's a whole new ballgame. So if you're somebody trying to get to retirement, maybe you're within 5 years or less, maybe you're somebody trying to get better through retirement, and you want to make sure that you have the best course of action, right? The best path you can be on, go to retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. Let me get you the new holistic retirement book into your hands. We're going to talk about legislative risk, right? Not counting on Congress, because Congress likes to change the rules in the middle of the game. And I want to teach you how to remove your income and your assets from the tax system, right? Protecting your wealth from Washington, and show you what you can do. Like, I'll teach you things this coming Tuesday on how to use tax deductions to offset recognizing Roth conversion taxes, right? We don't want to add to your taxes, but don't buy the lie if somebody's saying, well, hey, if you're still a high income earner, you shouldn't be doing Roth conversion. Not true. Higher the income earner, the more important doing the Roth conversions earlier on it becomes. See, you wouldn't wait. If you knew that the likelihood is you're going to have to pay a lot more later, most of us line up for the sale before the sale goes off. Folks, taxes are on sale. We have an uncertain tax bill that if it doesn't pass the Senate, now that we barely got it through the House, everybody's taxes, for the most part, that are watching this are going to go up. And they're going to go up, which will be the largest tax increase in the history of our country. However, if you want to remove your income and your assets from the tax system, you don't have to wait. So you win either way. Having a plan that gets you out of the tax system, right? Or catching the plan that got you out of the tax system now in Roth IRA or Roth alternatives, that you can now catch this up wave, right? The wind behind our sails as this economy turns around. Because remember, we still have tariffs, and we don't know the uncertainty of that. We have uncertainty of that, as well as taxes. Turn tariffs into tax savings and learn how to remove yourself from the tax system. retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com.